Hi folks, and welcome to Schick Happens. In today's installment, I don't have a top 5. But what I do want to talk about is getting older and the clothes you wear. Kind of the change you go through from a young teenager to, say, my age. I'm getting so close to 50 I can smell it. But as I look back over the years, it's funny how your style changes, your trends change, your slave to fashion changes. That's kind of what I want to take a look at and reflect on. I remember back when I was in 7th grade, or around that time frame, my parents would buy our clothes for us. We didn't have a choice. We had to wear what they bought. But the thing is, about that time, you start developing a conscience. I don't want to say I was a slave to fashion, but I started kind of caring what I wore to school about that time. And my parents said, look, we'll buy your clothes. We're going to pick them out. Or you can go get a job. So that's what I did. The neighbor down the road, he was a farmer, and he always needed someone to bale straw and hay in the summer. So I got a job. And I learned the hard-earned value of $1. And I was able to buy my own school clothes. And from 7th grade all the way through high school graduation, that's exactly what I did. I worked over the summer and then part-time throughout the year to buy my own clothes. I guess back then, I just started paying attention to what older people were wearing, like my parents, and elderly people were wearing. Of course, my parents weren't that old, but as a young kid, they seemed old to me. And then the elderly people, I would see guys walking around, including at my family reunions. Shorts, like blue jean shorts with black socks and sandals and Hawaiian button-up shirts. I don't ever want to get to that point. Of course, I did make it through high school, and I thought I did a pretty good job of paying my own way for clothes, and I fit in. I guess I wasn't keeping up with the Joneses per se, but I was just an average kid. But I worked for and bought nice clothes, kind of the trendy clothes at the time. Of course, shortly after I got out of high school, I joined the military and spent the next 8 years in the United States Navy. Well, anyone familiar with the United States Navy, you know that most of the time your attire were dungarees. And those of you not familiar with dungarees, well, they're bell bottoms. And unfortunately, bell bottoms kind of ran their course a decade before. Well, that and my 20s were kind of a blur. Then I hit my early 30s, and for a while there, I did make a valiant effort to get back into the trendy clothes. But by then, I was so far out of it, I didn't have a clue. Even when I made an attempt to get the newest, latest, and greatest thing, it always seemed to be about a year behind. So, I shifted to just dress clothes. For weddings, funerals, going out to a nice restaurant. That was a safe bet to spend money on for clothes. And that's pretty much how my 30s went. And then came my 40s. And at that point, I just didn't care anymore. Most of my t-shirts that I'd pick up were at the thrift store or the share and care. I'd go to Rural King or Walmart and buy jeans for $8-9. I still do. Nothing wrong with that. Even my tennis shoes, I limit myself to $14 a pair. Think about that. Back in 1986, I had no problem as a 16-year-old spending $45 on a pair of Nikes or Reeboks. What's that in today's money? So heading into my 50s, the only thing that I have going for me are all the dress clothes I bought. But even that's not working out for me. I tried a pair of dress slacks on the other day. I got them on, but it wasn't pretty. I looked like a tick ready to pop. As a matter of fact, a button flew off, and it knocked over a nice little porcelain vase that my wife cherished. So I'm just going to approach this much in the same manner I have for the last 10 years. It's just buy what I can on sale, on clearance, dirt cheap, and not care what anybody thinks. As a matter of fact, when I was at Walmart not too long ago, they had black socks and button-up palm tree shirts on clearance. They were like $2 a piece. Thanks for joining me here at Schick Happens. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.